Hollywood. Joining us in the plaza, you have early access. Please exit the right-hand side of the plaza, and you see the red umbrella.
And so,
I can't believe it's been a year since you told me that. So
yeah,
we're getting close.
wow.
I mean, are you going to the procession again?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
I have to go to that. My wife was in it one year. Yeah. And then he always kept telling me, he goes, "Oh, don't you want to do this?" I said, "No." I said, "When they stop paying me to sing and dance, I stop doing
singing.
it." I said, "You don't understand." I said, "I have much more fun these days watching you and your brothers
Yeah.
do it. It's like
Sweating up there.
you have brother. I have one son. He's an actor. He's the youngest one, and he just got a part in a production in Colonial of
Beautiful.
The Christmas Carol.
Okay.
And I told him, I said,
the first guest down,
I said,
you
"You
need
know,
to experience the world on studio tour." Now, guess what? They're filming
he
lots
did,
on
he played the part
so much stuff, so close to filming. And we're
he
gonna
goes
hop off
home
the microphone and make it
very
close to those
seriously.
filming
So he got the part of
Very excited. You need the restrooms up to it.
Okay.
and an ensemble.
You're more than welcome to eat, drink, and drink on the tour. No one's going to judge you. That's 7 in the morning. You can grab yourself a beers,
This will
some
get to the
candy,
union.
some
I
chips,
said, really,
all
he
big
goes
ones
back to the
around.
union because
Just a reminder, the tour does last about 45 minutes to an hour long. So once again, restrooms
it's
out to the right-hand side.
recurring
We got a
group,
tram waiting
so
for you right
whenever they
here.
do a
You
show,
will be the
they call
first
them
tram.
first.
Oh, he had a game plan right there. It wasn't just, it was like a little,
Oh yeah. It's like,
Love you, the Jurassic
good for you.
sweater.
Thank
Love
you.
Jurassic Park is the best movie ever made in cinematic
And
history. Please
my
argue.
wife,
Welcome
of
everybody.
course,
Welcome.
was not too happy about it. She's like, "Oh,
Thanks for joining us tonight on
I'm
this
just like,
beautiful
honey, that's why you
Tuesday
never
morning.
acted. I said, that's why I always told him, I said, that's why you talk to me about this stuff. I understand completely what you're going through. Completely all of this.
You guys are the first tram of the day. So welcome. We're going to wait here for about 5 minutes. We've got a steady flow of people making their way down to join us. Right now, if you're sitting in a row and there
I'll be
are
up there.
seats in the row, fill in the seats to the right side, leave the available seats on the left side of the tram. That way, the people that are boarding after you can get on board without climbing over you to get to one of the seats on the other side of the tram. If it turns out that we're ready to leave, and we've closed the gates on the left side, if those seats are still open, then it's okay if you want to slide over, give yourself the extra space. But sometimes we fill up the tram completely before we go. So we just want to tell you that ahead of time. If you're riding with children, whose legs are hanging off the seats, but their feet don't reach the floor of the tram. We do prefer that they're a little closer to the middle of the tram because there will be some special effects. We're gonna bounce, we're gonna shake. We wanna make sure your children are safe. So smaller children towards the center. We have some special effects that will be presented in 3D. So if you climbed aboard and did not get 3D glasses, raise your hand and we'll bring you some before we leave. Does anybody need a pair of 3D glasses? Okay. If you've got your 3D glasses on right now and you're looking at the monitors, that does nothing. The monitors are not in 3D. Take your 3D glasses off. We've handed those out because King Kong 360 3D is in 3D and Fast and Furious Supercharged. And we're going to go into a couple different buildings throughout the tour. Not all of them are 3D. I promise I'll let you know when it's time to put the glasses on for those effects. There is filming going on the lot today. Actually, there's I think 4 different things that are filming out on our backlot sets today. 2 of them I'm not allowed to talk about. They're kind of top secret productions. Sometimes when they're filming things on the lot until it's ready to be released, they don't want us to say what it is for secret reasons. So one of the productions is filming in our metropolitan sets. We call it New York Street, but we can dress up New York Street to look like different cities and different states and different time periods. They've got New York Street dressed up to look like the 1930s today. They've got all these 1930s cars parked on the street. So you're gonna be able to get some pictures of that as we're driving by. We've got a car commercial that's filming in our old Western town. So we're gonna be driving by the old Western town sets. We've got a new television show that's filming right in front of, should be filming right in front of one of the houses that we should be passing by. And Hacks is filming on the street that had been used as Wisteria Lane on the ABC Touchstone series Desperate Housewives. So these are some of the things that are filming using our backlot sets. When they film on the lot, they don't like to hear my voice over the speakers while they're shooting. It kind of ruins their shot. So throughout the tour, there's going to be at least 3 times where I'm going to put this graphic up on the monitors. I'm going to have to turn off the sound for a little bit. And I'll let you know before we get to the areas where they're filming. I'll set up what production we're about to pass by, and you can get some pictures as we're driving past. So I do want to let you know before we leave, there will be some times during the tour where I'm going to have to turn off all the sound on the tram. In a moment, we'll bring the gates down that are open on the left. So if you are sitting on the left side, just keep the gates clear as we lock them. Watch your hands and watch your feet. We have been giving tours of the movie studio since 1964, and that means this year we celebrate 60 years of the studio tour. When we first started bringing guests around the park, we were riding around on glamour trams, which looked like this. Back in the 1960s, these original vehicles were designed by Harper Goff. He was an art director and a set designer that had worked on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for Paramount back in the 70s. So he designed our original trams, and the one that we're taking you around today, a little bit different. We've started moving into electric vehicles as of 5 years ago. So our tram today is going to be a little quieter, a little smoother as we take you around the studio. Is there anybody on the tram who's never been here before? First trip here? So this is an exciting time to come because today we are going to be driving by quite a bit of production. So you're going to be able to get some good photos. Are you guys ready? 2 people said yes. That's all that's required for us to leave. My name is Paul. I will be your guide around our studio this morning, and Titus, next to me at the front of the tram, will be driving us all around. I wanted to wait until everybody was on board to go over some safety rules for the trip. If at any time during the tour you need immediate assistance, you've got a medical emergency, you've accidentally dropped something important off the tram, or if you're experiencing sound or video issues, reach up and pull down on that red emergency cord that runs down the center of the tram ceiling. And when you pull on the cord, when it's safe to do it, we'll stop. I'll come back, I'll see what you need help with. Otherwise, throughout the entire tour, please remain seated. Keep your arms and legs inside. We're gonna be riding around on private property, so don't jump off the tram for any reason. If you have an emergency, pull that cord. Even in a quiet zone, your emergency takes priority over the filming. No smoking on board. That includes vaping. The trip will include sudden tram movements, loud noises, fire effects, and water effects. So keep an eye on your stuff so they don't get wet. And because you're sitting pretty close to people on the tram, please don't use selfie sticks. I'm going to bring up a celebrity on the monitors very quickly to give our tour a quick introduction. He's the host of The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
Thanks, Jimmy. There's some construction going on over here on the left side of the tram. We are building a new roller coaster. This is Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. This is going to be opening in about a year and a half. That's slated to open in 2026. Our studio started in 1912. That's when our founder Carl Laemmle founded Universal Pictures. And the company started on the East Coast. Not everything on the tour is a movie set. Oh, this is a real fire station. Over here on the right, Station 51. The studio moved to California a couple years later, and on March 15th, 1915, Carl Laemmle invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being filmed. But then they invented sounds for film. They needed quiet on the set, and the original tour ended. And it wasn't until the 1960s, under the leadership of Chairman Lou Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, they brought the studio tour back on July 15, 1964. So this year we're happy to celebrate bringing guests around the studio for 60 years to show you where we do our productions. Like this first stage that we passed by on the left, stage 12, this is where we filmed Frankenstein. Back in 1931, inside that stage, they had built the laboratory where Frankenstein created the monster. Dracula's castle was built inside stage 12. These are all sets that were built inside that stage. Soundstage 11 on the left side of the tram. The doors aren't open quite enough to see sets inside. That's where we filmed the HBO series, HBO Max series Hacks, which won the Emmy this year for Best Comedy Series. Jean Smart, the star of the show, won the Emmy for Best Actress in a Comedy Series. They're not shooting inside that stage today. They're using some of the backlot sets, Wisteria Lane, which is actually called Colonial Street. The last two stages on the left, 8 and 7, are used for our Peacock series Bel Air. And these are two of the stars of Bel Air, Jabari Banks and Ollie Charlatan.
We're leaving the theme park behind and entering the front lot where real Hollywood magic is made. How? Well, inside the sound stages that surrounds us, we can create any kind of environment the script demands.
For the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination could take you, even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air.
When we film Bel Air, we love coming out of the sound stages and seeing the trams filled with excited guests as they drive by.
So, keep an eye out.
You never know who
or what
you'll see in the studio tour.
Bel Air also uses Soundstage 14, big stage off the left. They're not filming today. They have a little time off before they come back to start working on season 4. Bel Air streams on Peacock. Peacock has a lot of Universal movies and television shows. Another Universal show that streams on Peacock is called Based on a True Story. It's a mystery comedy series with Kaylee Cuoco and Chris Messina. Based on a True Story, just wrapped up filming season 2 in the stages that we're passing by on the right. We've got a couple statues coming up on the right side that the children on the tram will probably recognize. Bob and Stuart are in front of stage 18. They're two of our minions, and they just recently starred in Despicable Me 4. And this is a movie that Universal produced with another company, Illumination Entertainment, and we work with them on the animated family films like the Super Mario Brothers movie, Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and the Despicable Me and Minions films. There's a statue of Ted on the left. We have a Ted TV series that films on the lot. They're shooting inside of our sound stages today, and they're currently working on season 2. The bungalows right behind Ted are offices for directors, producers and writers. One of the people who has an office here is Mark Platt, and he's the producer of our upcoming film Wicked. The movie is directed by John M. Chu, and he wants to say something to everybody on the tram.
Hey, Studio Tour. You're seeing a lot of behind-the-scenes movie-making magic today, showing you up close how filmmakers, like me, bring our dreams to the big screen. After your tour, the magic of Wicked continues at Universal Studios Hollywood, where you can experience photo ops, props, and costumes from the film, and fun bites and drinks from Shiz and Emerald City. But first, here's a look at Wicked.
Come with me to meet the wizard. I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
If you think that's something to see, let me see this. You're good.
Very good.
Wicked, rated PG.
Don't miss Wicked, only in theaters, including our own Universal Cinema on City Walk, and that begins Friday. We've got Lopez versus Lopez filming on our lot today. That's a comedy with George Lopez and his daughter Mayan. They're not using our backlot sets. They're currently working inside Soundstage 25, off to the left. And then we've got a new show that just started airing last week, St. Denis Medical. That stars David Alan Grier and Wendy McClendon Covey. That show takes place in a hospital, and all the hospital scenes are filmed inside the soundstage on the corner of the left side of the tram behind this last office building. Now we're approaching our first quiet section of the tour. I'm gonna have to turn off the sound for a little bit. They're working on the other side of the cityscape mural on the left side of the tram. So they have requested that I turn off the sound just for about 1 or 2 minutes until we get into a sound stage up ahead. I'll be right back. Where King Kong lives. So hold on to your belongings, remain seated, and put on your 3D glasses as we drive right through Skull Island. Now go ahead and take off your 3D glasses and hold on to your 3D glasses because you're going to want them later for another special effect. And I'll tell you when to put them on. We're about to drive by the base camp for that production. For those of you who may not have heard the announcement earlier, it's a top secret production as of right now. We can't say what it is, but we're going to be driving by the base camp, which is where they have all the trailers for the actors and actresses and filmmakers. So I'm going to turn off the sound again for about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you for your patience, everybody. They wanted me to wait until I got to this point before I turn the sound back on. I'm going to have to turn off the sound one more time during the tour. It's going to be in just a few moments. They have been shooting a car commercial using our old Western town. I'm not sure if they're still here or not, but they had been up the street that we're about to pass by over on the right. They're using some of the oldest sets that we've got on our backlot. Some of these Western sets were built back in 1915 for silent films, and these sets are still used for productions. A lot of cowboys, famous cowboys, made movies out there. John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Kirk Douglas, Clint Eastwood. Quentin Tarantino had used that part of our backlot for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In the film, Leonardo DiCaprio's character is an actor, and he's working on a Western TV show, and they shot the Western scenes out in that part of our backlot. I'm going to turn off the sound just for about 1 more minute. They had been filming a new TV show using a house over here. They're still working on the show. I'll be right back. sound. That was for a new television show. As of right now, they kind of want us to keep it a secret as to what they're filming. The soundscapes will come. Everybody hang on. We just had an earthquake. Tour. We've got maybe 15, 20 minutes left of the trip, and whenever we get to the halfway mark, we remind everybody to remain seated throughout the trip. Keep in mind, if you're taking a picture and you dropped your phone off the tram or cannot wait till the end of the tour to use the restroom, don't jump off the tram. Just pull that red cord above you, remain seated, and when it's safe for us to do it, we'll stop. I'll come back, I'll see what you need help with. We want to make sure you stay safe on the tram at all times. We are about to take you to a pretty peaceful part of our backlot. It's a little island called Amity. And Amity is a word that means friendship. And there's a billboard on the left side of the tram. Amity Island welcomes you, but the Amity Police Department wanted us to close the beach because we had shark attacks. We caught a shark. It's hanging in front of the hotel. And even though we caught the shark, they still don't want us to reopen the beach because there's another shark. And it's a bigger shark. We haven't captured it yet. It is right in the middle of the water. That's a big shark.
Get that man out of the water, now!
It's coming this way. Mister, this beach is still closed. Hey, there's another shark. Are you all right? The shark ate them. Yay! This is a very old dock that we're driving across, so everybody please remain seated. Oh, look at that, the shark just took part of the dock. It's underwater, so it doesn't seem to be a threat to us. Oh wait, it's right next to us. We were just attacked by Bruce. That's the name the production gave the shark when they were filming Jaws. Steven Spielberg directed the film back in 1975, and he had a lot to do with our attraction being built in 1976.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
I'm going to bring Steven Spielberg back up at the monitors in just a moment. We're currently driving past a set on the right that had been used in a pretty popular horror movie, House of 1,000 Corpses. That was written and directed by Rob Zombie, but the set was originally built for a musical comedy, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, with Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. That was used as Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch in the film. We've got a whole neighborhood on our back lot used for filming Colonial Street, which we're passing by on the left. This is the part of the back lot where they're working on the TV show Hacks. It had been used as Wisteria Lane on the ABC Touchstone series Desperate Housewives, and it's the neighborhood where Ted, the talking bear, lives on our Peacock series. There are two statues right behind the old glamour tram on the left side of the tram, lying estate statues from the Back to the Future films. And the Back to the Future films are executive produced by Steven Spielberg. And our relationship with him goes all the way back to the very beginning of the studio tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
In this next section, there are going to be things that talk about completely different things on both sides of the tram. So I'm going to start on the left side because some of the vehicles on the left are from Steven Spielberg Productions. The gyrosphere right next to the glamour tram, that's from Jurassic World, and the Jeep is from Jurassic Park, and the prehistoric cars are from the Flintstones, all produced by Steven Spielberg. He is not a producer of the Fast and Furious films, but we have Dominic Toretto's car and other vehicles from that franchise. He did produce Transformers. We've got a Bumblebee. On the right side of the tram, they're striking these sets right now. They're taking them down. This is an area that we had been using for Halloween Horror Nights. This became the Terror Tram. And they built some sets out. Norman is walking up the stairs. There, he's walking up to the front of his house. He does not like when trams drive by his home. He goes mad sometimes.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That's true, I guess. As we make our way up to the house, we're passing by our official scale model, the Hollywood sign on the left, decorated for the upcoming holiday season. Norman Bates doesn't live in the house alone. He lives with his mother, and Mrs. Bates normally sits in a chair and looks out of her bedroom window from the second floor. He's kind of pacing back and forth. Norman doesn't look happy. Norman, is a set in your backyard that I want to show the people on the tram. Is it okay if we just pass through? Norman, go back in the house and put the knife away. Don't stab people on the tram. Go back inside. I will tell your mother. Look what happened behind Norman's house. An airplane crashed. Aliens did this. This is all a set that was built for Paramount's War of the Worlds.
With many of the roads shut down and others in
The airplane in the press site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, come on, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay?
Okay.
Got them closed?
Mommy.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
We're going to be driving through one more movie set and one more special effect, and then we'll drop you back off into the theme park. So we're almost home, but for the next few moments, we're still riding around on private property. So if you have an emergency, please don't jump off the tram, pull that red cord above you, and remain seated. When we're in a safe area, we'll stop. I'll come back, I'll see what you need help with. This last movie set we're going to drive through is a little town called Jupiter's Claim, and this has been built for the filming of Nope, a suspense film written and directed by Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well. Have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. And that's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Anyway, behind this obvious fantasy, lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of No.
I'm going to make a quick call to our security department, so everybody please remain seated while I do this. Security, we're leaving the last set on the back lot. Are we clear to come in?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought. What just happened?
You just cut out.
It's a secure line. Who are you?
Hey!
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come. He'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, stink pickle.
I'm so tired of you stink guys stepping in. Just whatever you feel like.
Mute him.
All right.
Don't you?
Bye.
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. We're taking care of business. Hobbs out.
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you. Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
Alright, they want us to move a little farther into the building. There's no need to put on your 3D glasses right now. We're just gonna hide until it's safe to go back outside. There is a party going on in the building. This actually works out in our favor.
Everybody out! It's the FBI! Turn that music off!
Wait a minute, what?
we doing? This is the race day after party, and where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Bill?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. I got you. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, run the truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
All right, everybody. They want us to go catch up with them. Now is a good time to put your 3D glasses on and get ready. According to what Don just said, Owen Shaw's getting pretty close to finding us in here.
Speak now, or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
Move! After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Hobbs, come to the left. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Letty, hook him up. We're moving.
Dad, look out! You give me the witness terminal and we call it a day. The witness is mine, Letty.
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away. Open the doors!
Way to go, Letty. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got you. Hit the nitrous. Ride or die.
Fast and Furious to the charge. Agent Hobbs, did we do okay?
Hell of a job, everybody. You protected the witness and we can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You got very hard.
Now, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Now we're heading back to the theme park. You can continue your movie making experience by going on rides that are based on hit movies and shows. As we head back home, once again, I'm going to turn things over to Jimmy Fallon.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tour has taken guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
Thanks, Jimmy Fallon. I also want to thank all of you for celebrating 60 years of the studio tour with us. The studio tour is where it all began. for Universal Destinations and Experiences. Next year, we're going to be opening Universal Epic Universe. That's going to be in Orlando, Florida. I want to thank our annual pass holders for coming back and joining us today. If you're not a pass holder and you'd like to be one, you stop by the Universal box office, find out how you can upgrade today's ticket into an annual pass. That allows you to come back and join us again and again. And plan to come back and visit us again this April for Universal Fan Fest nights. It's an all-new after-hours event that's going to immerse you into the worlds of the best of fantasy, gaming, anime, and sci-fi, including Back to the Future. To find out more about that, you can visit universalstudioshollywood.com. If you haven't done it yet, while you're in the park today, we do recommend that you download the Universal Studios Hollywood app. And that's going to give you information on today's park hours, wait times for the ride, show times for Waterworld, mobile food ordering, and more. And if you want to purchase any of the NBC Universal movies or shows I've been talking about on the tour, you can visit this website that's about to come up on the monitors here, uphe.com, which is for Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, or you can ask at any of our retail stores. And take a look around. Make sure that you have all of your belongings with you. We don't want you to leave anything important behind, so gather up all of your stuff. We'll be pulling forward in just a moment. Now, as you can imagine, it's not easy driving one of these big trams around, and our driver, Titus, did a great job getting us around the studio. Please, big round of applause for Titus. So thank you, Titus. Titus is waving at you. We do recycle the 3D glasses that we handed out for the tour. When we get into the unloading area in just a moment, we'll lift up the gates on the left side. There's going to be bins right next to the tram with pictures of the 3D glasses. Just drop the 3D glasses into one of those bins as we pass by. We'll pull forward in just a moment.
Tour so many times since I was a kid, and I just love it every time.
The first time I ever went on the Universal lot, we did the tour.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and that was like the place to go and see Jaws.
I got my introduction to Universal Studios through the tour, and so then to be in the movies and seeing the trams drive by, it's very overwhelming.
One of the coolest things actually about shooting for Universal is sometimes you get to shoot on the lot, and then you look over and it's like there's Jaws, or like there's the Flash Flood, and all those trams are riding around. It's the coolest thing ever.
1979. Back then, tram drivers were kind of a little reckless, a little crazy. There was no restriction on cars going anyway. We used to drive all over and kind of duel with them back and forth.
I have so many amazing memories of the lot when we were shooting Back to the Future.
Being here brings me back in time, I'll tell you that.
When the tram would come through, the tourists would see Michael J. Fox, and they're taking their camera snap, snap, snap. So one day, Michael J. Fox had his own camera, and every time the tourists came through snapping their pictures, he ran out and he started taking pictures of them.
Hopefully you were able to get some good pictures as we were taking around the studio today. We've got Wicked coming out in theaters on Friday, and the director of Wicked is John M. Chu. And he got his start here at Universal, but probably not in the way you would think. It's not because he directed his first television show here or his first movie. It's because many years ago, we had a show in the theme park called Screen Test Comedy Theater, where volunteers were selected from the audience to participate in a live production demonstration, and then guests could take home a video of their performance. And if you look closely at the scene in the cast of this old Western bank robbery, that's right, that little frightened security guard is 8-year-old John M. Chu.